Idempotent Services, a video in the SOA series brought to you by Web Age Solutions. Greetings. My name is David Chung, and I'm the Director of SOA and Mobile Technologies for Web Age Solutions. In this video, we're going to talk about idempotent services and why they're important for SOA. In order to have a discussion about idempotent services, we have to start with the definition. So I looked up the definition of idempotent in my mathematical dictionary. Yes, I do have a mathematical dictionary, and this is what I found. In math speak, an idempotent function is a function f of x such that f of x is equal to f of x. Well, the mathematical definition of idempotent is correct, but it will help to put it into an IT or software context. So what we're really talking about in the case of an idempotent function or idempotent service is a service that can safely be called more than once. Let's take a look at an example of an idempotent function. Consider a SQL select statement, a basic query. For example, this statement, select fname, lname from persons. You could run this query multiple times, once, twice, 3 times, n times, and get the same result, assuming the data hasn't changed underneath. A query is an example of an idempotent function. Well, if a query was an example of an idempotent function, what is a non-idempotent function? Here's an example, and that example involves buying shares from a brokerage. In this example, we use the broker object and call the buy shares function, passing in the ticker symbol, ABC, and the number of shares we want to buy. This function is not idempotent because if you call buy shares twice with the same data, you're going to end up with 200 shares of ABC, not 100. In our examples so far, the query was the idempotent function, buying shares from the brokerage was a non-idempotent function. Now you may look at those two functions and say, the query had no side effect, buying shares had a side effect. Therefore, functions with the side effect are non-idempotent and functions without are idempotent. If that's the case, you would be half right. Clearly, functions with no side effect are idempotent, but it's possible in some special cases to have idempotent functions that in fact have a side effect. Let's take a look at one of those functions now. In this example, we use an account object. We create a new account object, and then we call account.close. Now clearly account.close has a side effect. The side effect is to close the account. But is the function close idempotent? The surprising answer is yes, because you could call account.close, which has the effect of closing the account, and if you call account.close again, the effect on the system is still that the account is closed. So it's safe to call account.close more than once. Account.close is an idempotent function with a side effect. To summarize, in this video we've talked about idempotent services. We've defined which services are idempotent and which services are not. So how does that fit together into our SOA environment? Well, the answer is that idempotent services support failover. If, for example, you have an idempotent service and you call it on a specific server, let's say server A, and server A fails or you get back no response, you can safely call that same service again on server B or server C. Since the service is idempotent, it's safe to call it repeatedly. However, if a service is not idempotent and you call it and get back no response, you cannot safely call it again because for all you know, the service may have completed successfully, for example, purchased more shares, but not returned a result. Therefore, calling it more than once could result in unpredictable results. Therefore, where possible, we are going to prefer to make services idempotent. Now, it's not possible in the SOA environment for every service to be idempotent, but it is important to be able to identify those that are and those that are not. Thank you for watching this video in the SOA series from Web Age Solutions. For more information, you may email the author at david.chung@webagesolutions.com. And if we can help you with your training or consulting needs, visit us at www.webagesolutions.com.